Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to talk to you about the background that you've got going on for you. Is it working for you? Is it helping or hurting? So the first thing you need to think about is that your background of your streamer or YouTube channel, it's technically considered a set. So just think of a newsroom or a late night talk show. This is going to become a very familiar place for your audience that they know and they feel extremely comfortable in. I have two sets in my workspace here when I do YouTube. I've got my wall, which is what I use for my up close speaking when it's kind of I'm giving instruction. I don't want too many distractions. And then I've got my angled scene, and this gives me a little bit of a variety. It's more laid back, it's a wider shot. You've got the wall, you've got my pop figures here, a sticker. This is just some work stuff that I have for work, my Batman picture. So it kind of lets the audience in a little more about me and what I'm doing. It's a little looser, a little more relaxed, but it gives variation of two different scenes. So what you want to do when you're building a set or thinking about what you want your background to be, take into consideration what you're doing and how that's going to look. If you're streaming and your computer's in your bedroom, well, your bedroom's going to be your set. So are you going to set up your computer so that it's against a wall and it's just going to be a flat shot, or are you going to set it up so your whole room's in the background? If you're going to do that, you might want to consider cleaning your room, or at least think about what's going to be in that shot, in that background, that you want or don't want your audience to see. So here's some things that you're going to want to think about when you're choosing your background. One, is your background engaging? This background's pretty decent. I need to do something with the wall here because it's a sheet of plastic, but I've got some interests of mine up here. The cats keep knocking over. I've got stickers and things like that. When I stream on Twitch, I use a green screen. This is because it's less distracting. It's going to take up less real estate space on screen. That it takes away from the game, and I want the audience to feel more immersed in the game than what's going on in my background. And that's why I don't have LEDs and spinning things and all my pop figures. I like to just keep it as clean as it can be, so that it gives the viewer a better engagement in the game. But that's not always the best case. If the viewer is more interested in you and you do more just chatting kind of things, then it's really good. Or even if you just have a longer just chatting session, it's really good to have a background that allows the viewer to feel like they're in the space with you. When you have a green screen, it does pull the viewer towards the game and not so close to you. Let's look at some backgrounds, some sets, and what works and what doesn't. A flat wall is an awful background. You don't want just a flat wall. Look at it. There's nothing interesting. There's no depth behind me. It's just flat and boring and ugly. Next is the shot into the kitchen. A lot of people do this. It's a nice background. It gives good depth. But the main thing that you'd want to use a kitchen for, in my opinion, is a cooking stream. What we have here is a great setup for a cooking stream. It allows the audience to see everything that we're making here. What I'd suggest in this case is bringing the table up. I'd probably put some boards or something under it. If you have an island, that's even better because it's the better, just is. But you've got your cooking areas, your stove, microwave, oven, your fridge. Well, the fridge isn't quite in shot, but we could set up another camera here or do alternate takes. But this would be your main cooking setup. So you wouldn't want to do this setup if you're talking about your stream summary or if you're doing a Zoom business call. This is my wife's office, and it's by far the best set that you could ever have. What the set offers is a nice wide establishing shot. This is a beautiful space. It allows you to have foreground, lots of depth for background. It's got a lot of space in front of you. You could do product reviews. Oh, let's look at this little tripod thing. It's pretty awesome. And still have it. Next, you've got this angle from over here. So you have a background, you've got depth, you've got width. This is a great angle. Behind the camera, she's got a window that naturally lights. There's no lights on in here. It's beautifully lit. You can even have the turnaround shots. So you're looking at the workspace. It's a full room that's functional, that can allow you to have so much versatility really to it, that gives you so much space and area. This to me is a great studio setup. I hope this helps you get an idea for what a set is and what you want to be looking for in your background. Let's remember that we don't want it to be too distracting. We don't want it to be flat. We want something that's engaging. It's got a little depth to it, and something that fits with what your goal is, what you're trying to project. That's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that sub button, and don't forget, I stream every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday on Twitch TV. Until next time.